Today, I want you to grab a pen and a paper. I want you to write down those things that you like about yourself, those things you know that are your strengths, those positive about you. Make a list of them. And when you have made a list of them, look at it and say, yes, this is me. This is why I am different. These are the things that make me unique. And celebrate yourself. You are imperfect because you're human. Are you one of those people who spend so much time worrying about your imperfections? Sadly, the more you spend time worrying about your imperfections, not accepting your flaws, and not embracing who you are, the more you are opening the door for low self-esteem, for lack of confidence, and that's not very good for you. If you want to be the best version of yourself, you have to start by accepting yourself for who you are. If this is you, I want you to stay till the end of this episode, because today I'm going to be sharing some tips with you. But before I go ahead to do that, I'll tell you a story. Just after I finished my PhD, of course, a lot of people will call me the Dr. Bola, Dr. Bola. And then I'll say, oh no, don't worry, just call me Bola. You see, that's as a result of me not accepting myself. And I always avoided positive comments, people who appreciated my hard work. I avoided it. I didn't accept my hard work. I didn't accept that I deserved to be called a doctor. Now I want you to turn the table and look at you. Look at how much you have worked or to get yourself to where you are. And then you spend so much time dwelling on those imperfections, and you forget about those positive things that you have done, those good things about yourself, those things that make you different. Today, the good news I would like to share with you is that you have those flaws, you have those imperfections because you are you, and no one can be like you. If this is the first time you're joining me, this is the Bola Adeyeye Omishade show. And yes, I am Dr. Bola Adeyeye Omishade. Thanks for joining me. This is a community where we support people, we support ourselves to be our best versions. We work hard to be our best self, to bring out the best in us. So you're welcome to part of this community. If you want to watch our episodes weekly, you want to click on the subscribe, and of course the notification will send you notifications that episodes have been published and will be premiered. So thanks for doing that, because it means a lot and it motivates me to keep doing these videos. So thanks for doing that. And of course, to my consistent viewers, thanks for being here today again. I hope you're able to learn one or two things. Right, so back to the topic for today, self-acceptance, and of course, embracing our imperfections. As humans, we spend so much time worrying about what we expect us to be, what we expect ourselves to be, as opposed to appreciating or accepting who we are. And you know what that does? That does not prepare you for being the best version of yourself. That opens the door for low self-esteem. That opens the door for lack of confidence. That does not allow you to focus, because you would spend so much time focusing on those your flaws, and you, of course, you don't see those positive things about you, those things that are unique about you. You don't see them. Now, why do you do this? I would say maybe because you're comparing yourself to others. You're looking at yourself through other people's lenses. And of course, I know that the social media does a lot of harm than good, because a lot of people on social media would only show you what they want you to see. They would only present to you what they want you to see, or the perception they want you to have about them. Hence, you're making a very big mistake if you're actually comparing yourself to those things you see on the social space or the technology space. So, how do you start? You really have to go down to the root of why you spend so much time on those things that are imperfect about you. If you don't know what the root is, then you wouldn't be able to solve the problem. So you have seen that you focus so much on these imperfections. Go down to the root and identify what is causing me being spending so much time dwelling on my imperfections. Identify the root and try to take it from there. The moment you have identified the root, you want to say, okay, this is an imperfection now, okay? Accept it, okay? Accept that, yes, I know that this is an imperfection that I have. This is a flaw that I have. And you know what that does? That gives you the opportunity to start working towards resolving it. I'm not saying dwell on it. No, I am saying accept that this is me. I know that I have this flaw. I have this imperfection, and that is you accepting yourself for who you are. That is you accepting that imperfection as part of you. That is you accepting that you are human and you can't be perfect. There is no perfect person. I have never seen or heard in this world anyone who is perfect. So you spend so much time trying to be perfect, sadly you would waste your time. So accept that I am imperfect and everyone is imperfect, okay? And then you make those your imperfection, you make them your strengths. I have actually seen people with not so good voice, and even on social media, a lot of people celebrate them. I have seen people who maybe their physique is not so great, but because of the way they look, they have made that their strength. And trust me, everybody would love them, because the moment you start accepting yourself, the moment you embrace your imperfections, people would appreciate you for that. And you see, one of the problems I think why a lot of people don't accept their imperfections is because you wait for other people to validate you. And like I said, yes, you're looking at yourself through other people's lens. Why are you waiting for validation? You have to validate yourself first before others are able to validate you. So if you realize that you spend a lot of time waiting for other people to validate your actions, waiting for other people to validate your choices, waiting for other people to validate things that you do, then you're not accepting yourself for who you are. It's okay to get feedback. It's okay to, aspire to be like other people and have mentors who will maybe guide you. But you really have to do that you first, so that they're able to mentor you appropriately, so that they're able to advise you appropriately. So spend so much time making your imperfection your strengths, as opposed to comparing yourself to other people. So what is that imperfection that you have? What is that flaw that you have that is a burden to you? Make that your strength today. Make that your strength. And you know what? You really have to find yourself in a positive community just like this one. You really want to find yourself among people who would appreciate you for who you are. The moment you have a friend or two who begins to complain about the kind of person you are, who complains about, or maybe giving you feedback in a very harsh way, making snide remarks and all those, then you don't want to find yourself in that kind of community. So who is your friend? Who are you communicating with? Who are you sharing your story with? You see, because those kind of environment, or the kind of people you keep, the community you have, plays a big role in how you embrace your imperfections. My advice for you today is you want to stay among people who will celebrate you, people who will see the positive side of you, people who will remain with you, because although you have flaws, you are human, but there are other things that are good about you. Those that will give you positive accolade even when you have made efforts. Those who will listen to you and will understand where you are coming from. those who will not nail you, or those who would not crucify you when you have made mistakes. So are you in the right community? I don't really know why you would keep a friend who is always negative, negative, negative. Why are you surrounding yourself with people who influences your thoughts and your decision on who you should be, on what you should look like? The community that you find yourself has great impact on how you accept who you are. Go with the flow. Accept that life is imperfect. Life happens. Things can change. And sometimes there is a potential that you are not your best version. Accept that and just go with the flow. Limit you trying to look at other people's story and comparing it with your own story. You have different destinations, you know. Sometimes we tend to just look at where we are going and forget that there are control factors. There are certain things that control our destinations or what we expect to see. We're only focused on that thing that we expect to see. And that's you trying to achieve perfection on that thing, on whatever it is you want to achieve. So, you really have to start accepting yourself, accepting your flaws, accepting your imperfections, and using them as your strengths. So what do you need to do? Today, I want you to grab a pen and a paper. I want you to write down those things that you like about yourself, those things you know that are your strengths, those positive about you. Make a list of them. And when you have made a list of them, look at it and say, yes, this is me. This is why I am different. These are the things that make me unique. And celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate those positive things about you. And make those positive things your drive to achieve future goals. And you will see, because you know that you are aware of those limitations that you have, you will make effort. You will make effort, conscious effort, to resolve those imperfections. Would you accept yourself? Would you stop letting other people decide on who you should be? Would you accept that, yes, I am not a perfect person. This is me. It's either you like me or you don't. Yeah, there are some people that wouldn't like certain things about you, and that is okay. It is okay. As long as you love yourself, as long as you're happy with yourself, as long as you're happy with those limitations that you have, that's good. Starting from today, celebrate those positive things about yourself. When people give you positive comments, say thank you. When people give you positive comments, stop avoiding them. Stop saying, no, I don't deserve it. Say thank you. Even when at times where you have failed or where you are doing things that you're not happy with, ask yourself, what is it I need to learn to change this thing or to stop this thing from happening? Ask those questions in a very positive way. Just the way you would mentor a child. Just the way you would correct a child. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself because you are human. And those imperfections are those things that make you different. Those imperfections can be used in a positive way, even to help others. Those imperfections can be seen as something beautiful. Make your imperfections an act. I have seen people on the social media who have actually turned their imperfections around, and you see people celebrating them. You can do that as well. Start accepting yourself. Start celebrating yourself. Start accepting positive comments. Stop saying no when people give you positive comments. Use your imperfections to help others. Start making those things that are positive about you your strengths. And I know that when you try to do this, you would be the best version of yourself. You don't want stress to set in. You don't want to be anxious all the time, because those are the things that happens when you don't accept yourself, when you don't embrace your imperfections and flaws. I want you to say in the chat, I would start accepting myself for whom I am. I would accept that I am human. Share this with somebody that needs to hear this. Share this with your family. Share this with your friend. And if you have any questions, as usual, leave them in the comment and I would reply, or send me an email if you want. Follow me on social media. You should follow all our social media pages. And yeah, thanks for joining me today. I'll see you next week, same time next week. This is Bola Adeyeye Omishade. Bye.